So introducing the Arcane Archer, which has been a highly requested build from about 20 different users I think. As you can figure out, the main skills you're going to be using are Conjuration to summon your bound bow, Archery to be proficient using the bow, Sneak for sticky situations and stealthy kills, and Enchanting to fortify your archery so you can deal more damage.
Welcome back everybody to another companion video. I'm Zaric Zhakaron. You probably know me from either the Ultimate Mod Codex for Skyrim or one of my modded character builds. Either way, today we're going to be taking on the Arcane Archer build from Fudgemuppet. After watching the original Fudgemuppet video for the Arcane Archer, I decided to install some mods and see what I could do about enhancing the experience. It was a great success. I not only played through up to level 40, but then I went and did all of Falskar. So I consider this modded build a success. Let's get to the mods right now. Just a reminder, if you click on the exclamation point in the top right corner of the screen, you're going to get a link to Zhakaron.com's Arcane Archer page, which will have links to not only the mods used in this build, but also the original video that this build is based on. The Skyrim overhaul we're going to be using for this build is Perkus Maixmus. Now, Perkus Maixmus is required because of the Arcane Archery perks in the enchanting tree that this build will be using. As a result, the bound bow spell is no more. Now there is a bound short bow and a bound longbow spell. You will be using the bound longbow spell in order to take full advantage of the Arcane Archery. Arcane Archery will give you 3 toggleable powers for your character. While active in these Arcane Archery modes, your character, when fully drawn on their bow, will release a spell. The spell is not fired from the character, but rather from the bow, and will use up the character's magicka. It's important to note that Arcane Archery spell damage will benefit from both the Novice perk and from Ambitious Methods, but no other perks in the tree will really benefit the Arcane Archery, so you only need to spend 2 talent points into Destruction. All characters intending to use alchemy as a primary skill should have Harvest Overhaul without exception. It not only changes the number of ingredients you get from each plant, but when you go into the mod configuration menu, you can actually set animals to drop brand new ingredients. A setting also allows humans to drop human flesh and hearts. By the creator of the Apocalypse spell package, Imperius changes the way all the races work. As the Arcane Archer will be a Breton, the Manmer Blood passive will now cause your stamina to regenerate very quickly when your magicka is low, and your magicka to regenerate very quickly when your stamina is low. Because your Arcane Archery is going to be drawing all your magicka out, your stamina is going to regenerate rapidly, helping you to use your slowdown time aiming more often. Proper aiming is going to make your third-person perspective crosshair more accurate for shooting. However, the spell effect of your Arcane Archery shoots a little bit below the arrow, so just keep in mind you want to aim a little bit high, go for headshots so that the spell effect will hit their body. Alright, that's all the mods you need to play the Arcane Archer. Let's start on the optional mods now. Now this mod is highly optional because if you value a highly immersive experience, you're probably not going to want it. However, this mod simply puts health bars above all the good and evil NPCs that are in combat. And basically, when you have an enemy NPC from an extreme distance, the health bar is going to give away their position, making it far, far easier for you to snipe them. Remember that you're going to be using longbows, and longbows deal more damage the further away you are. This mod is not recommended for people with low-end computers because in huge battles such as the Civil War questline, you may encounter lag or even crashes. This mod is considered optional because as per Fudgemuppet specifications, this character should be vulnerable as all hell, relying instead on Lydia or some other tank to survive. She wears cloth and does not use alteration, meaning that she basically can't take a hit worth a damn. I play on legendary difficulty. My answer was to give her bound armor. The build storyline was that she could only cast bound bow. Well, I've extended that to where she can use Arcane Archery through her bow, and she can also use bound armor. Now, bound armors are more or less a silhouette that fits over your mage robes, so at no point does your character unequip her mage robes. If you're not playing on legendary difficulty or using any difficulty mods, I don't recommend this mod at all, because it just kind of makes you overpowered in that case. While this character is not a mage by any means, you're going to find that your experience is enriched by using the immersive College of Winterhold. If you want to join the College of Winterhold, because your character is basically incapable of using basic magic, what you should do is, when Ferelda asks you to pass the test, be sure to have progressed far enough in the main quest to merely say, "I'm the Dragonborn," do a shout, she'll let you go. Then when Tolftir does his lesson, have the Spellbreaker shield from the Afflicted quest, and use that to put up the ward. But in terms of fulfilling the College of Winterhold quest line, there is so much more you can do with the immersive College of Winterhold, and if you don't feel right being the Archmage, you can give the title to Tolftir. Something I highly recommend doing on this character. From Enchanting, the Arcane Archery perk is what's going to make this all possible. However, it's not going to be very good until you've got Enchanted Quiver 3, after which it's going to fire off more consistently. Now, from the Conjuration tree, Apprentice Conjuration is going to allow your bound weapons to scale with your Conjuration skill level. Chaotic Binding is going to allow your bound weapon attacks to leech Magicka. From the Destruction tree, Novice Destruction is actually going to give you a damage bonus. And then on top of that, Ambitious Methods is going to give you a damage bonus that scales with your Destruction skill. Sneak is very simple. Muffled Movement cuts down on the noise you make. And Shadowbound 1 and 2 will basically cause you to enter invisibility when you stealth with your weapon drawn. Now from the Alchemy tree, you're going to want to pick the Prodigy of the Tinkerer, which is going to give you the ability to use alchemy anywhere in the world, provided you craft an Alembic, of course. Now Elemental Bombard and Poison Burst are going to allow you to craft special arrows that explode on contact, allowing you to do area of effect damage with your bow. Now as for ranged weaponry, since you're going to be using a bound longbow exclusively, you're going to want to take the left path up, which is going to take you through all of the longbow perks. Make sure to get Takedown 1 and 2, and then pick the Mastery of Skill Shot. As for a Prodigy and a Mastery, you can only have one of each per character. So those are the Prodigy and Mastery to pick.